Hi, this is Rob Bowerman, and I'm president and founder of the Bowerman Group. We're a leading executive search firm for specialty and luxe brands in North America. And today I'd like to discuss the art of reference checks. So as a recruiter, we conduct reference checks on a regular basis, as most employers do when they're getting ready to move a candidate to a final interview stage or even to offer. But are you really getting the most out of your reference checks? This really hit home for me as I was called a few days ago by a potential employer of a young man who had listed me as a reference for him. Now, granted, this was his first job out of college, but the extent of the reference was basically, is he a good guy? My recruiter instinct then kicked in, and I offered some examples of his successes, his initiative, problem-solving skills I'd seen, and my assessment on why I thought he'd be a good fit for the role that he was seeking. And it became obvious that the person who called me really wasn't that interested in details. He just wanted to check off the box that he'd called references and then move on with his day. It made me think, why bother doing this if you're not getting the most out of the call? A well-executed reference check can be a valuable tool in assessing candidate fit for a role, and it should be more than just something we do by rote to get to an offer. As a recruiter, we'll typically be asked to conduct our client company's reference checks as part of our services, and it's something we take really seriously. Based on our years in the business, here's a few tips that I recommend for you to get the most out of your reference check calls. So first of all, focus on professional references. The candidate should provide the reference's name, title at the time they work together, their current position, and the company phone and email address to confirm validity. And personal references can also add context, but we definitely get the most value from professional references. Ideally, we look for an immediate past supervisor, and if possible, someone who left the candidate's current company who can speak to their most recent work situation. And also, be sure that the candidate alerts the references that you'll be calling to avoid phone tag and frustration on all sides. We actually like to secure 360-degree references, particularly for our engaged searches, from a supervisor, a peer, and a subordinate. And this provides added context for our candidate's strengths in areas of development as a coworker and a leader that can be super valuable. Asking about candidate strengths in the references is easy. People are happy to talk about the good things. But if you ask weaknesses, the answer is usually a lot shorter or the reference can't think of any. So we like to ask differently about areas of development. And if this information isn't easily forthcoming, say, everybody has development opportunities, so this isn't necessarily a weakness, but something professional or personal that this person was working on when you knew him. And that will reveal a lot. Another typical question is, would you rehire this person? Which is, of course, important. But I also like to ask, if you were me as a recruiter, what sort of role and company do you feel would be the best fit for this person? Now, a little context here. I, as a recruiter, have not revealed the company that I'm doing the work for, and I'm not actually even revealing the actual position. Only that I'm a recruiter working with John on a potential opportunity, so then I can hopefully avoid hearing answers that are tailored toward the company and position that John is applying for. Now, the candidate may well have told the reference about the job, but most often the reference wouldn't be 100% sure that I'm speaking of that particular position, so we usually get an honest answer to that question about fit. So the question about what environment the candidate will thrive in can be really enlightening. And if possible, ask situational examples. Tell me about a particular challenge that this person faced. How did he address that challenge? How did he achieve buy-in from others? What was the result? And another great question is, tell me something that this person did that had a long-term impact on the company. In all cases, don't be afraid of the silence. Ask a question, then pause for the reply, resisting the urge to fill in the dead space. Give the person time to think and speak naturally. The tone and either the immediate enthusiastic answer or the pause while the reference struggles to think of something really will tell you volumes. And usually a person speaking as a reference will not give negative feedback easily, but there's ample clues if you can read between the lines. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you picked up a couple of tips. I'd love to hear your comments. Please give me a call or shoot me an email through the links in this message. Talk to you again soon.